Hey guys, this is Two Finger. As you can see, it's kind of dark in my shop here, and the reason is because this fluorescent bulb and those two round fluorescent bulbs are really old, and the ballast they don't like to turn them on when it's under 70 degrees. So they're old enough that I'm going to change them out. So I've got two new fluorescent shop lights with the bulbs, and these are the T8 type. The bulbs are a little smaller bulb, a little more power. And the other reason I've got T8 is because these, with the T12 bulbs, the T12s are discontinued. Like whatever they've got made apparently is all they've got left. I think they quit making them in 2012, I believe. And I could be off on the dates, but once they're out, they're gone. So these have got the round fluorescent bulbs in them, and I'm not sure that they're making those for this style anymore. So I'm going to get rid of both of those. I'm going to put one light here, and I'm going to replace that incandescent bulb fixture with the other light. And then when my plants here in a couple of weeks, once I get them planted outside, I'll take that strip or that bulb light, that shop light. Ooh, if I could talk today, it'd be even better. I'll take that shop light, replace this one here over the top of my bench. I'll probably move it down to about here, which is more central on my bench. But trying to get some drawers made for under my bench here to put all the little nuts and bolts and stuff. They're just shallow drawers that'll come out here and here under my bench. And as you can tell, I can't hardly see to do that, to finish it, and I'm tired of waiting on these lights to come on. So these T8 fixtures have an electronic, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got an electronic ballast with a cold weather start of 0 degrees. So they should be a lot better for around here. We don't have many days that are at 0 or below, so for most of the time that I'll ever be out here, it's going to be warm enough anyway, because all I have is one little radiant heater at the back, so it doesn't stay warm out here anyway. So if it's cold, I'm not going to be out here. But these should start for any time that I need from now on, and should light the place up a little better, because without that door open, it would be totally dark back here in this area. And then without that garden light, it would be pitch black dark back here, because none of the other ones work. The only one that works is this little 75 watt incandescent right now. Anyway, I'll get started putting these together. I'll probably have to hook up my halogen floodlight so I can kill the power to these overhead and get started putting them together. Anyway, I'll be back here in just a minute when I get things set up. Oh, that one just turned on by itself. Once they get to a certain temperature, or once the ballasts get warm up, they'll come on by themselves, but I get sick of having to wait on them. So you're going bye-bye. Anyway, I'll get things set up and be back with you. Okay, small change in plans because of how things go. This halogen light, the bulb is no good in it, and I don't have a replacement. That's why I hate those bulbs, or those type of lights, because any little bump and they're done. They take them halogen bulbs that are they're just so weak. I mean, any little bump will break that filament in there. So what I'm going to do These are the type of shelf lights with the plug on them, which is fine. So I'm going to take, they come with these 2 hooks and 2 chains to hang them from. I'm just going to take and screw, I'm going to take the link off here and screw the second link here to the top of the ceiling. And then this will hook into the light and clamp it down, or crimp it down with some pliers. Well, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's so dark. Anyway, you can see this will hook down into there and come back up, and then you just pinch it closed with some pliers. And I'll just put it up there to where this is hanging down just enough to get in there with some pliers, so it'll be pretty snug to the ceiling. Anyway, I'll hang one here. You can see the pattern of where some lights used to hang. I'll probably follow that if it's kind of centered in the room. Follow that. Then I'll put the other one here. And I'm going to move that plug box to about center. Put a new receptacle in it to where I can plug the 2 lights into it. And I'll leave these lights on while I'm getting them in place, and I'll only have to turn the power off long enough to move that box to the center here. So I'll get started on them lights and get back with you. Okay, so now I've got my hangers hung right there behind that wire, and then right there, and there's one behind this light. You probably can't see it. I'm going to have to kill my power so I can take this box down, which will disconnect those 2 lights. I'm going to move the box to about right here, be center of the 2. And I'll connect it back into this wire, which comes out of the box that's above that light, feeds it. And I'll take this light fixture down out of the way, and I'll have to do that mainly with the light from this and the light from the door. I've got a couple flashlights, and I've got this little headlamp that I can put over on my hat and see what I'm doing. And I've got a couple little lights I can hang up if I have to. This little guy here, if I can get it open. This is so I can make sure I've got the power off. Anytime this picks up any kind of power, it'll buzz and tell you when if it's hot or not. So if there's no, even that wire there, it'll pick up electricity. It picks up the magnetic field from it. You can see it's not showing anything there. Not showing power. I'll be able to check so I don't electrocute myself, so I can continue this video. Alright, so I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but I've got the lamp, or the light fixture taken down. I've got the wire running over here, and I moved this box to this area, more in the middle of where I'm going to put the 2 lights. Now, I've got my plug hooked up, got my ground neutral. There we go. And then I've got my hot wire coming in. This is one of the plugs that's got the or a receptacle that's got the little holes where you can just shove the wire in there if you're using a 12 or 14 gauge, but this here is a 10 gauge, so they won't fit. But I'd rather use these anyway just because they're more secure fastener anyway. Them other ones that I don't really trust how they may be able to pull out. But I'll get this put up in here and put the cover on, and I'll get this light hooked up and I'll turn it on just to show you, and then I'll hook up this other light after I take those two down. Okay guys, I got this light put in, got it plugged in over here somewhere right there. Got it plugged in. I'm going to turn the switch on. Let's see what happens. Alright, we got light. So it's a little brighter. Not terrible. I may have to get a different type of bulb. But these are daylight bulbs, so I think they're only 32 watt. But I may have to upgrade and get a bigger or a better bulb. But we'll see after I put this other one in. I'm going to take these two down, put this one in, and like I said, there's the plug-in that I put in, all nice and neat. And I don't know that I would ever need it, but if I do, there's an extra receptacle that I could run down to this side. I've only got one plug over here on this wall, so if I needed something over there, I could use it. Anyway, I'll get this other one put in and see what happens. Okay, got the other one in. Now, let there be light. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, that lights it up real well throughout the whole shop. Like I said, after probably the weekend after next, I'm going to wait till probably Easter weekend. I'm going to plant these plants, and I'll take this light, put it up here above my workbench, probably about right here, kind of centralize it. That'll light up all this area real well. Then I'll have all the outside here lit up. And I've got a desk that I'm going to be putting here under this lean-to. It'll fit about where this plant holder is, this plywood that's holding the plants up. And then I'll get another one of these fixtures and put it right here so I can light up my desk area. But until then, I'm going to put this over my workbench because this is where I do most of my stuff. And then get these drawers finished up, get them installed in place there. And my other plans for the shop here in the future is from about that stud there to here, 8 foot I believe, or maybe this stud. Anyway, I've measured it 8 foot by 4 foot. I'm going to get one of the white pegboards from Lowe's put up, and that'll reflect some light. That way I can get all my tools on hooks stored up out of the way to where I can get to them easier instead of just hanging them on all these nails that are sticking out of these studs. But slowly but surely get her fixed up. I would like to eventually come in here and put insulation in, but that will have to wait to another time till I get more money. Anyway guys, I just want to let you know that I'm not a licensed electrician. So any of this you attempt on your own, I'm not trying to give you instruction on how to do it. That's something you'll have to investigate or learn on your own. Don't hold me responsible for it. But everything that I have learned, I learned from my own research, or from my father, who did all his own repairs on the house and was a mechanic most of his life. So we couldn't afford to call handyman out to come fix things, so he had to do it all himself. And everything that I learned pretty much from watching him and researching. I'll buy a cheap book. It's much cheaper than calling a handyman out, or look it up online. And like him, I can't afford to call a handyman out or an electrician or serviceman out anytime I need things fixed, so I've got to figure out how to do it myself about 95% of the time. So this here is simple electrical work. It's not hard if you just pay attention and learn what's what. Just make sure the power is off when you mess with it, or you won't like the outcome. But just pay attention to what you're doing and learn how to do it. Anyway, this is Two Finger and new shop lights. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.